Hi everybody. How's everyone going tonight? Here we go, just getting myself set up on the computer so I can see when you arrive. If anyone's there. So this is the card that we're going to make tonight, and I've done it as a birthday card, but you could so do it as anything else. Hey Lisa. Okay, but a few popping in. Is it Heidi, Alison? Hello, ladies. Yeah, so I thought I would do a birthday card, and when you open up the ribbon here on the side, and you open it up, you have two little pockets inside here, so you could put like a little note card in there. Hello, ladies. And or a gift card, and then you can also do the same thing on this side. You can decorate the inside here. You can use that to do your message. Hi Sue. And yeah, so and then the ribbon just kind of is a bit loose. There's a couple of ways that you can do that, but without the ribbon it stays open sort of a bit because it's quite bulky on the inside, rather more than a normal card. Hi Andrea. Hi Heather. So this is what we're going to make. So I was just showing like everyone, ladies, the double pocket inside here, and it's all made out of one piece of cardstock, and then we just tie the ribbon up on the side just to I always tie my ribbon upside down. Does anyone else do that? So that it seems to then sit nicer when you in the way that you want it to be. It's weird. I don't know, maybe it's just me being a bit backwards. Yeah. Hope everyone's had a lovely day. It's been a beautiful sunny day here. There we go. So you've just got that lovely nice card. Alright, I also thought it would be a nice time to introduce some new products to you. So this designer series paper here and the one on the inside, and then the stamp set is in the new catalogue, which mine arrived in the mail about 2 days. Lots of selling. I saw that, Lisa. Are you still up there, or have you got back to Auckland? That would have been quite warm up there. Glad they had lots of sales. So this is, I can't show you the inside, but this is the new catalogue that's coming in, starts on the 4th. Let me just double check that. Yeah, 4th of January. Celebration goes to the 28th of February, and the other catalogue goes until June. What, the 30th of June? I want to say the 30th of June. They keep changing where they put it. Yeah, the 30th of June. Now, I can't show you the inside of it. I can show you the cover, but I can also show you all these little tags on here of the lovely things that I want to get or have got. So I've got some little bits already. I'm waiting for another order. One of them is this designer series paper and the stamp set. So I can actually show you the stamp set that we're using, which is called Blessings of Home. So it's got these lovely floral images and then some really nice sentiments. You're a real blessing to everyone around you. We can get through anything together. A beautiful day for love. Thank you for inspiring me. So those are the stamps. They're smaller on here than what they are in actual stamp. And then they also come with coordinating framelits, which you can get in a bundle. Yeah. Great bait. Oh, too much. It's not terribly complicated, Judy. It's actually surprisingly easy. So it does look effective, though. Heidi, too much sun at softball. That's not good. Hope you've had lots of water. Lots of water. That's the problem with this time of year, isn't it? We kind of get a bit distracted by the sun. So these are some other, I thought I'd show you some samples using the stamp set and dies. So this is another one that I've made, which is one of the little dies there. I just used, I took off the For Inspiring Me and just used the thank you. So this is another one of the a little peek of the paper. And then this is another design of the paper using the biggest stamp set. And then this denim ribbon comes as part of the suite. And then this paper here is the same as what I've used on my card here. So those are just some, and then these die cuts are really pretty as well. On the back of all of the Designer Series paper is this plank wood grain looking paper. So I thought I would show you some of that too. I'll get you out some sheets so you can have a look at it. So there's this one here with the bees on it, and then it's got a thin wooden plank on it. Then there are some, oh, whoops, just moved the camera, sorry about that, made you dizzy. Some more flowers and a different plank. Then we've got the one that I've used in my card tonight, which is this one, and again a different hardwood. So you could go over that with some blending brushes, it would look lovely, and give you different tones of floor. There's that blue one and the other ones you've seen. So some really lovely papers coming in the new catalogue. Something to look forward to. So I've used two of the papers tonight that I thought were quite nice and went quite nicely with that stamp. So I've actually already stamped that so that it saves a bit of time and we don't have to sit there and watch me colour. But I just used for that I just used some blending brushes, not blending brushes, blender pens and my ink pads, and coloured in, and then I actually stamped in the garden green and just blended it and then just put some highlights in with the green pad. So quite pleased with how it came out actually. Alright, so let's get started. Too much waffling. Hope everyone's doing well and all ready for Christmas. Everyone ready for Christmas? I don't know that I am. We're going out shopping to finish our bits and pieces tomorrow when our lovely, lovely, lovely cleaning lady can come back. Although Matt spent most of yesterday cleaning, 2 days before she's due to come back. So, yeah, but anyway. Alright, so we're going to start off with, we've got a piece of, which you can't really see in my screen. I'm going to pull it up a bit higher for you. Sorry about the wobble. Just so that you can see. Hopefully you'll be able to see the whole screen then, and me, but I'll move it back down when I need to be a bit closer. Alright, so, wobble. Right, we've got a piece of A4 paper, a cardstock. We're going to use the full A4 and we're going to cut it, and we're going to score it into quarters. So you're going to put it on, you're going to put the shorter side against the side of your trimmer. It's not showing. I have to move it sideways so I can see it. Let's just say, you see that? Yeah, you can. Alright, so 4 1/8, and we're going to use our scorer or your bone folder, whichever one you feel most comfortable with. And then you're going to flip this out. So that is essentially where you would cut it if you were doing a long 10th fold card. And then we're going to go down to 5 7/8. And again, we're going to score. And you want it to be scored quite nicely so you get that, you'll get that T through the middle, okay? If you want to go ahead and score it now so you can see the score lines, you can do that. Now we're going to cut. So essentially what we're going to do is, I'll show you on this one, the top two pieces will be the front and back of your card. Alright, so the bottom two pieces is going to fold up into the inside of your card. So what you're going to do is we're going to create a peak at the bottom. So you're going to put the bottom center score mark in the track of your trimmer, and you're going to put it over to the very right hand side into that halfway score mark there, the 5 7/8. So you're going to put that score line and the center score line in the middle, and you're going to cut it off so you get that. Then we're going to move. Now if it's easier for you to flip your paper with your space, then do that, but otherwise you just pop that in, and you're going to get on the left hand side that first score line, and you're going to bring it down to the center score line again, so that you end up with like a block arrowhead kind of shape. Alright, and we're going to get rid of those two pieces, we don't need them. And you've got this. Alright, so that is we're done with our trimmer. So that is all we need. No, can't put that there, let me put that out of the way. So now we're just going to fold our score lines. And it's really important with this one that you fold your score lines really well, so that the fibers of the paper break down a little bit, because it's going to be quite firm when you fold it up. So you're going to fold that over like that. I'm just going to do it again so it just softens it a bit more. Okay, so I'm going to get a bit out of my score. So then we're just going to close it all up together, and we're just going to press down on those score lines. Now because you have got, I'm just going to trim that because it's going to annoy me. Oh, Andrea, you're here, aren't you? Thank you very much for your beautiful Christmas card, Andrea. That was so lovely to get that in the post. Don't very often get mail that's considered a happy mail, so it was really nice to get that. Thank you. It arrived Friday, I think it was. So that was nice to come home on the last day of school and find that. So that's what you've got there. Alright. Now, I put on the materials that there was optional pieces. So you need 3 pieces of designer series paper. And the reason that you need 3 pieces is so that you can get the layers on here right. One of the other options is that you can put some pieces of white in here and use them as your pieces to write on. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm just glad you guys are enjoying them. It saved me from going crazy over lockdown, I think. So in my one, I've put the white and I've glued that down so you can use this space to write on. If you didn't want to do that, you could leave it out and just have it as your card base, and then just put like a little note card piece in it that you could then write on. So up to you. I'm going to put this in again. So that's what I did put on there as being an optional piece, and I want to put these down before I fold them up so that I can get them lined up properly. And I'm actually just going to go, it's got a smaller mat on the outer side and the top, because we're not going to see the center or the bottom, it doesn't matter. So you can move it over a little bit so that it's got so that you've got a bit more space and a bit more of a it's drying really fast in this humidity. It's like stuck already. It's crazy. Crazy how quick it's drying at the moment. So to move it a bit. It's sticking. I just want to make sure it's kind of even, because otherwise it'll look really naff. Okay, so then we're going to pop that. That will end up being over there like that. So see what I mean? You're not really going to see that little bit of gap in there. Now, you all know, because you've all been watching, that, hi Sandra, that I'm a bit of a fan of glue. For this, I'm going to use some tape. And I'm just doing that because usually the tape is just a little bit stronger. So I'm just going to, and you don't have to, you don't have to do too much with waiting around for it. So I'm just going to pop some tape down. You want it to hold in place. Now you're only putting the tape down the center because you obviously want these outer pieces to be edges, and you don't need to worry about sticking down the bottom because you've got it securely there with the fold of your cardstock. Just use my take your pick tool and lift off that tape liner. Make sure that before you attempt to do that, that you are pressing down for the release tape. So then we're just going to pop that in and push down in the center really well. Now I've done this before putting my layers on. You can wait and put your layers on first if you feel better about doing that. I just want to have that all together and give it a chance to settle because it is quite thick. You'll see it's quite thick with having that card folded. Alright, so I just want to tease it into that position a little bit longer. I'm going to pop it over there. Alright, now what we need to do is we need to cut our pieces. Now when you cut your center pieces, because you're using, you want them to go, well, if you don't care that the patterns are different inside, my brain wouldn't let me do that. You could use one piece and just flip it around, but because you kind of want, if you want it matching, you're going to need two pieces because otherwise it's not going to work. So when I made mine, I had the pieces left over, so I've already cut one. So what you're going to do is you need to cut one. You can't really see this. You're going to cut one of your pieces from the right hand corner across to the left hand corner. Okay, so the top right to the bottom left. And then you're going to cut one from the top left to the bottom right. So you're doing that crisscross, which would be if I had this piece here. Okay, so top left to bottom right. So let me figure out which one I need. That one. So I need the right one. Yeah. So if I need this piece here, so this is the right. So I'm going to cut mine from the right. Hi, Millie. How was the trip down? Hopefully nice and safe, and you're all settled, and well, not fully settled, of course, but you know, feeling happy about being down there and got everything sort of set up with your beds and stuff. I wasn't sure if you'd make it on or not. Alright, so now I have got my piece to go here, and now I've got two more pieces. No, I don't. What happened there? Alright, I don't know. I've obviously done something wrong. But I've got two pieces to go in the middle. I think I cut them both the wrong way. But you just need to make sure that when you're cutting it, hi Annie Cynthia, when you're cutting it, you cut from, I'm going to lower it down now. You cut one from the left down to the top left, bottom right, and then the other one top right, bottom left. I only watched the video of this morning, so it's still kind of, I thought I got it right in my head. This is another one of Dawn Griffith's videos from my treadmill. Long, but yeah. Oh, I'm glad to hear that you slept well. I'm sure you did after all of that driving too, but and you know, it won't take you long. At least you're not in any hurry. You don't have to worry about getting to work or you know, getting everything set up before you have to you can just take your time and enjoy and get things where you want them. Okay, so I'll put this one this way. And put that in there. Give yourself a nice border. So using the 5.5 by 3.25, 3 3/4 pieces, you get that nice border around all the way. Now this is where you could stamp inside if you wanted to. You could, and like I said, you could, I'll show you with this. I'll show you with a bit of scrap. I mean by the little note card thingy, just so that you can see. So then you could put your note card in so that it sort of sits there so they can see that, or you can just have a stamp or on either side and then write on it. So up to you really. So that's the inside of the card. Now, 2 options with, you don't have to use ribbon either. You could leave it so that it just sort of sits open when you give it to somebody. What I've done here is I've actually put it behind my decoration piece on the top. You can also, depending, and it would depend on the thickness of your ribbon. This ribbon here is the white cotton ribbon that comes from the Flowers of Every Season trio pack. So it's white ribbon, then there's a Just Jade grey gingham, and then there's a blue, Midnight Muse, and is it Midnight Muse? No, Misty Moonlight, and white thread. So it comes in a 3-pack. Yeah, so it's quite a nice thin cotton ribbon, so it would work underneath the DSP, but I actually quite like it over the top. So if you wanted it under your designer series paper, you would put it in there now. Alright, so let me get this out of the way so I don't cut anything. So you would put your ribbon in, so you'd put your card in place. I always tie my bows on the roll so that I don't waste, because I think, oh, I'll keep that and I'll use it for something, and then I never do. And today I had a bit of a clean up and threw away a whole lot of scraps of ribbon that I didn't need, that were retired, that I didn't have any more to add to it. So that would be about as much as I need, and then we're just going to snip off the ribbon. And then what you can do, so you could do it if you're doing it this way, just move it over to the edge, and then you can glue your paper down. Didn't do my bow very flat. So you could pop your designer series paper over the top, and that would hold it in place. So it's only loose on the back, and the whole front piece, which is not what I've done here, the whole front piece would be loose. I actually quite like the idea of it. I'll do 2. I'll do it this way and show you, but I might put dimensionals on my designer series paper. So I'm going to put this where I want it, which is about the center. I'm actually going to put some dimensionals on here. And put a little bit of glue under here, just to hold that in place. Don't want glue on my fingers because then it'll be everywhere. And then I'm going to pop some dimensionals on my ribbon as well, so that it stayed in place. And then also holds my paper nice and flat in the center. And normally, I mean, I don't know why I'm doing it this way, because I usually put my dimensionals on my paper. So hopefully I've lined them up in the right place. Let me check before I take the tops off. Alright, so now I'm going to place this nice and centered. In the middle there like that. And then that will hold the ribbon in place. I might pop one right on the corner there. Let's do a little half one. One of these edge ones. Make sure that I don't miss any comments there. Oh, so much for cutting it, Kelley. Let's start to help. It's making this look quite awkward to everybody. Alright, so just because I was being a bit finicky about that. Alright, so that is the front of the card, and then what I've done is I've used the colours that are in the card, which are Fresh Freesia, which is this purple that I've used, and I've pulled out the Pale Papaya, which is on this purple, and I've just punched out 2 different circles for that. And then I've used the smaller flower from the Blessings of Home set, and like I said before, I've just already stamped and coloured that just to save a bit of time, because now that I look at the time, it's nearly 8 o'clock. And I'm just going to pop that on there, and then I've also already pre-cut, which I might trim because I'm not. Connor says nice cover. Thanks, Connor. It's a very pretty paper, this, actually. I quite like it. Wasn't that sure when I first got it, but I do quite like it now. It's just soft and subtle. Oh, now I need to do the bottom. Alright, so I'm just going to pop that on there and put that on there. So I'm going to glue my circle down, seeing as I've already used some dimensionals on the top. I'm just going to put some glue on there. And I'll keep it. I might put it more to the left. The other one I had centered, but I'll put this one a little bit to the left. And then I'll pop some dimensionals on the back of that. Kind of about there. Yeah. Right, so I'll pop that in there. And then I'm going to use 1 dimensional on the back of my greeting, or my sentiment. And I'm going to pop that about there. And I'm only using 1 because I've already popped the flowers up on a dimensional. I don't want different heights, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on there so that it holds it in place. And then I'm actually just going to pop this over there like that, and then the glue will just hold it in place there, whereas the dimensional is over there. So let me just clean this up a little bit so that you've got some space to show you both. Actually, no, that doesn't work either. Alright, I don't know what happened yet. Don't need that either. I want to bring these over here. So, inside, gift card or note, and then if you don't have ribbon, or you don't like using ribbon, or you don't like tying bows, you could make a belly band and put it over just with some cardstock. Cut out a strip of the card that is the full length of the A4, and then just wrap it around so that it overlaps, and then stick it down, and then you can put your decoration piece on there as well. But it just holds it all together when you give it. So that's the 2 cards for tonight. Alright, so won't hold you up much longer. We'll just do the draw. Heidi, I just saw yours as I was popping in, so I've put your name in. I usually just do a check before I jump on and check I haven't missed anybody, which is quite easy for me to do. So I've popped your name in. I think that made, thank you, Tracy. Lisa, sorry. That made 6 names that all had to go with the quick shadow box card. So so that's Judy, Andrea, Sandra, Sue, Heather, and Heidi. So thank you very much, ladies, for having a go. I have got all the names in the winning wheel. I'll flip it around and see who our winner is. Now, I saw Heather today, so she's got her prize, unless she wins again tonight. And so Anita, Sandra, and Heidi, I still need to send you some pictures. My phone's being a pain. Really need a new phone. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. So let me flip you around. Good luck, ladies. I'm going to stop waffling and just press the button. Andrea. Yay. Congratulations, Andrea. I will send some pictures down, and I'll send some pictures to you to choose from, and so that you can get your prize. It'll probably be after Christmas by the time you get it, but I'll send that down, and I still have to send Sandra hers as well. So I will get onto that. I've got the box in the lounge so I can take some better photos and update the ones that I've got, because some of them are no longer there. So yeah. So you can save on, send ours. Sandra, are you saying send them together? Happy Christmas to you too, Judy. Thank you for joining us tonight. Just double check if that's what Sandra means. Oh, cool. Okay. I'll send that. That's great. Thank you. I'll do that. But I'll send some pictures to you both so that you can choose something, and then I will be able to send it down to you. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Actually, I'll try and do it tonight so that when I go out tomorrow, I can pop it in the post box. And Merry Christmas to everyone. I just want to, I know we're over time, but I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who has continued to watch every week, every session. Heather, you are a true legend. You have done every single one, and I truly appreciate that. This was so far out of my comfort zone, you would not believe. Apparently it doesn't look like it, but it was. Stressed every single night before I came on, and I still sometimes have a little bit of a butterfly stomach. So I really appreciate everything, the lovely comments and the participation and just the chatter. Like I said before, it saved me, and hopefully helped a lot of other people while we were in lockdown. So I'm going to continue next year. I think we talked about it. Oh, thanks, Heidi. The 16th of January, I'll be back doing more, and we'll carry on. Thank you, Andrea. We'll carry on doing cards, and I'll have a think over the little bit of a break of some other things that we might do. But I know everyone's enjoying the fancy fold cards, but we might do a colour challenge or something just to warm it up, or a technique or something. Oh, I'm glad, Heather. Thank you, Tracy. Oh, Tracy, I remember today too, I didn't bring your paper to you. that you've paid me for. So I will, on my travels tomorrow, see if I've got time. If you're home, I'll drop it in. Either there, I'll pop it in your box. So yeah, and I will pop up any retired stuff on my page first, after the 4th of January, if anyone is interested in that. I don't have very much of that, but I have got some older stuff that's sitting there not moving, so I'll put it on there as well. So have a very, very Merry Christmas. Have a lovely, safe holiday if you manage to get a bit of a holiday. Enjoy your family time. Hope you get some crafting time, and I will see you on the 16th. So thank you very much for following along and chatting. It's been great. Thank you so much. All right, stay safe and have a Merry Christmas. Bye for now.